stand in. This time Azam drives the ball down the ground again. No run. Another dot to Babar Azam. He is 6 of 13 deliveries here, striking at 46. He's struggling to find his timing here.
Yeah, that was here just behind Babar as we look out, and you could just see he didn't quite time it. Hit the ball pretty much straight down as he brought the bat through that one. So Payne doing a good job. 23 for 1. Someset will desperately want to get around the 50 mark, really, but that's looking a long way off for the power players. This one is better timed, but still not good enough for a run as the fielder picks it up at mid-off. And there is no run, 23 for 1. Gloucestershire doing a great job of restricting the runs here. That run rate already heading up towards 12. And we've got over 15 overs to go. But Babar Azam not out. That's the key for Someset. If he can find his timing, then this ground is probably too small for him, but it all relies on him getting into that zone, finding that timing, and it could just be a knock that's needed to do that. And this one beats the bat, going over the top of the bat from Babar Azam. We tried to play that with pretty flat looking bat out towards the point area. And there's no run. Again, 23 for 1.
What this shows is even the world's top batsman batting is such a mental game. When you're not as confident or as happy as you would like to be, or feeling under pressure, actually your timing and your sense of decision making, and he's going at the ball very hard here, Azam. Actually, one of the key, I think, to his batting is his gracefulness, is his movement, is his touch, is his balance, and just almost as he gets one away, finally Azam gets a boundary. It's a leg side delivery from Payne, and by golly did Azam need that one. Pace on ball from Payne. He went for a leg stump Yorker, and Azam just whipped the ball away, fast hands, and find the boundary. He needed that, that is for sure. What I was saying there, even though the world's top batter, they still suffer from the same frailties, anxieties, insecurities as other batters. So actually when they're not quite in the form they want to be, things like this can happen. And we've seen Azam just going a little bit too hard at the ball so far this afternoon. This time Payne is in again. Ball's going to be driven to Taylor, and it's caught. It's a good catch. Azam is out. It wasn't an innings he will remember. He's gone for 10 off 17 deliveries, 27 for 2, and Azam will be really disappointed how that's gone this afternoon.
Bit of a tame dismissal, not timing it and heading it straight to the fielder, Taylor, who took a good catch, although made a bit of a meal of it, considering it wasn't too difficult, but had to catch it. Babar Azam goes again, flattering to deceive. He's on 10 when he goes. So more than we've seen from the last few innings here from Babar, but he's gone, and he's used up quite a lot of deliveries in that 10 as well, which is not what Someset can afford at the moment. So Tom Abel, who has been in very good form in all forms of cricket for Someset, will join Will Smeed at the crease. So 2 players brought up through the Someset academies here, 2 Someset boys at the crease. The score 27 for 2, and these 2 cannot afford time getting in or wasted deliveries. They need to go very soon. The run rate 11.8 now per over, and still 177 runs needed.
Yeah, I've got a lot to do here, both Smeed and Abel, and they haven't really got much time to do it in terms of there's no messing around here, and yeah, a lot of pressure on young Smeed and Tom Abel, but at least they know they've got to come out and score. There's no kind of ambiguity about what they need to do, but certainly from Gloucestershire, they've got an awful lot of experience. Van Buren is switched ends, so he's got about his 3rd over already. I think Gloucestershire's plans is look to try and get Someset behind the run rate as much as possible, as Van Buren is in here to Smeed, who the ball has gone down the leg side. It looks like it's going to be a wide as Jeremy Lloyd's just puts his arms outstretched. It is a wide, so that's 2 runs, because a single as well. Jeremy Lloyd's umpiring his last game at Taunton today. He was given a guard of honour by both teams earlier, which was a lovely touch, I think, by Someset Director of Cricket Andy Hurry. Van Buren is in again to Tom Abel. Clips the ball away on the leg side. Smeed and Abel both quick between the wickets. Run hard. It's fielded by Scott at the mid-wicket boundary, just for a single.
Yeah, Someset need to press on here. They need boundaries, something we haven't seen nearly enough of. We'd seen quite a few by Gloucestershire towards the end of the power play. This is the last over in the power play. This again just clipped into the leg side. It'll be the bowler, Van Buren, off his own bowling, who runs hard into the onside to field that one. Abel on 1, Smeed on 6. The score 31 for 2. Someset need to keep going with the runs here. They can't afford too many more wickets, and it'll be Abel coming down the pitch this time again. It'll only be a single, I suspect, although these two look as though they're hungry for twos. They haven't had that opportunity yet, but both of them keeping aware of what the fielders are up to, trying to get twos where there might only be ones to other batsmen. So it's 32 for 2 at the moment as Van Buren is in around the wicket, and this one pushed out by Smeed into the onside. And again, they'll think about 2, but it's only 1. Good fielding from Gloucestershire. Don't forget to send us the pictures of how you're watching. Hashtag stream in style. Make sure you're following at It's Trade Nation. Give them a tag in there as well. At Someset CCC, we'll give away 150 quid in cash, and that one is played out into the offside by Abel, just a single there. £150 in cash. That's anywhere in the world. How many rupees in Pakistan was it again there, Steve?
31,859 Pakistani rupees.
Fantastic stuff. He's memorised that now. And the second prize, a Babar Azam Somerset shirt. So you don't want to miss out on that one. It is played by Will Smeed out into the offside this time, and they pick out another run. So picking up ones there throughout pretty much the whole over. It's not going to be enough. The run rate creeping over 12. I'm just keeping an eye on that because it is high already. Yes, there's time to bring it back, but actually that scoreboard pressure that we talked about, batting first, you know, it's going to be in your mind as a batsman thinking about that, whether you're trying to take it out of there or not.
That's a brilliant power play from Gloucestershire. Van Buren's bowled superbly there. He's speared the ball in full, given absolutely no way that the Somerset batsman can elevate the ball whatsoever. Nothing to work with. Been very, very accurate there. Equally, David Payne has bowled a really tough length for the Somerset batsman to get underneath. Bowled some cutters into the pitch. I think the only pace on misdirected ball he bowled was the clip down to short fine leg by Babar Azam for 4 runs. Apart from that, they've been, you know, very, very economical and very, very accurate, the Gloucestershire bowlers here. And Somerset have got an awful lot of work to do. Benny Howell, who batted quite superbly with 49 runs, I think, off 18 deliveries or something absurd like that. He's going to come on and bowl now, and he's played an awful lot of T20 cricket around the world. Subtle variations, knuckleballs, back of the hand, slower balls, and keeper up as well. This is going to be a tough test for Will Smeed and Tom Abel.
It will be Smeed on strike to Howell's first ball for a while. That one down the leg side, or I wonder whether they did get a touch on it. It's going to be given as runs there. So Smeed picks up another boundary. Good for him. He's into double figures now, 12, and he'll be feeling good about life. His highest score for Somerset in his only his second game. He's on 12. Abel at the other end on 3. They won't mind balls going down the onto the leg side area like that if they can just pick up easy 4s. It's a bit of a gift from Benny Howell. He's in again over the wicket to Smeed, who's flicking this one out into the backward square leg area. That one gone for 4. So consecutive boundaries for Will Smeed, who's beginning to show us a bit of why he's got this reputation. 16 he moves on to, the score 43 for 2. Benny Howell, expensive in his first 2 balls.
Yeah, definitely. Will Smeed just picking up the length of that ball really quickly. And I think when you come into professional cricket as a young player, you just need that score to get yourself going, to give yourself that confidence and that belief. As Howell's in again this time, it's a slower ball by Howell, well picked up by Benny Howell in his follow-through, no run. But you just need that score to give yourself that confidence and that belief. If anybody listened to the interview I did with Marcus Escrothick earlier before the game, one of the differences he highlighted between county batsmen and international batsmen was the belief they have, whether that's taking the game forward or in their own ability. I think that's the same when you first come into professional cricket. I think you do have the inner confidence that you can do it, but until you actually show yourself that you can, as Smeed drives one away on the offside, going to run hard, I think it's just going to be a single as Chris Dent does the fielding. It's given a no ball as well by umpire Blackwell. It's going to be a free hit. So if there was no rustiness in Benny Howell's batting, there's been a little rustiness in his bowling so far, which I guess is not unexpected given the length of time he's been out. Maybe just a little bit of nervousness from his perspective. But just to finish on that point, I think once you get that score in professional cricket, it's that the shackles are off, and then you can just play without worrying about having to prove to your teammates that you're good enough to be there.
Howell in again, and this one, just had to wait for it there, Abel, who did manage to eventually get the bat onto it. Slower ball in the free hit, just a single from that one. So Smeed brought back on strike. 46 for 2 here. Somerset, we've talked about them losing consistent wickets. We've seen them already lose 2 today. They'll be desperate for a partnership. That's what we haven't seen from Somerset, these partnerships, apart from that first home game against Glamorgan, who's out there at the moment, off strike, and Hildreth. Of course, no Hildreth at the moment. He's injured as Will Smeed attempts to turn this one onto the leg side. It's going to be given as a wide there. I thought I heard a noise, but maybe it was bat on pad as that one is given as a wide. So we'll have to bowl that again. Looking a bit rusty here, Benny Howell, giving away some from free runs.
Well, I was really worried after the power play because Somerset's power play score of 35 obviously wasn't up there, but the over after the power play, the 7th over with the men out, this has gone for 14 or 4 balls already. So this has been a huge swing in the game as far as Somerset are concerned, as Tom Abel works the ball away to long on for a single. 15 off the over already. Had Benny Howell managed to just churn out a 6 or 7 off this over, Somerset would have been needing an awful lot of runs from 13 overs. As it is, at the moment, I feel as though they're back in the game here, given the damage that's been done in this over from Benny Howell. If Will Smeed can play this ball brilliantly as well, I think Somerset will be going in to the remaining 13 overs with a little bit of confidence. But Will Smeed on strike. He's on 17 not out already, which is great to see from the young batter, and he drives one away on the offside. I think just going to be a single. It's fielded well by Dent. Tom Abel's going to be run out here. Oh my goodness, that's a poor run from Tom Abel. Good piece of fielding by Chris Dent, and we mentioned that it was an excellent over from Gloucestershire. Poor piece of running for Abel and Smeed. I'm not sure who's called that, but it never looked like a second run. Good piece of fielding from Dent. He released the ball quickly. Abel was well short of the ground. He had to think it was probably Abel's call, and Tom Abel has gone for 5. Disappointing wicket to lose that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that must have been Abel's call towards the danger end as well, and I said they were pushing for 2s, they were looking for them, and that one, it wasn't there. They took it on the arm, and in the end, Gloucestershire's fielding very good. Abel will be gutted, absolutely. Well, he's already had the disappointment with his bowling, only managed 2 legitimate deliveries, and now on his own call, we think, has been run out. So Somerset losing a wicket there. It's 51 for 3, including that single that will count from the run out there. That was coming back for the second that they didn't complete the run. So, disappointing for Somerset. We mentioned how important it was for partnerships, and that is not how you want to see partnerships end. If you're got out, you don't mind quite so much if it's good bowling, excellent fielding, but from there, calling that is not particularly clever cricket from the club captain, Tom Abel. Will Smeed still there, though, and it will be, I think, George Bartlett, by the look of it, who's come in next in for Somerset.
Yep, George Bartlett's come in. Good player of spin, George. Tom Smith is into the attack as well from the Marcus Trescothic stand end, as Bartlett immediately into his work. Just steps across the ball and places the ball into the onside for a single. Will Smeed 18 not out off 11 deliveries, so good start from him so far. Somerset are 51 for 3. We're in the 8th over, maybe 52 for 3 now. It's Smith to Smeed, the battle of the S's, as Smeed's on the back foot. Smith fields well off his own bowling, and no run scored there. But Bartlett and Smeed have got a lot of work to do. Somerset requiring 152 more runs to win from 13 overs. That's a tough ask. Some extravagant shots are going to be needed, and a fair amount of luck as well, as Smeed is onto the back foot. I've seen him do that countless times and bury those for 6, but he certainly tried to give that everything. Tom Smith just spinning the ball past Will Smeed there.
Yeah, it looks good if you get hold of it. Not so good when you miss it. Smith around the wicket to Smeed, who this time gets a leading edge. It's going to push out into the point area. There's another quick single here. Somerset struggling. 3 wickets down, and again we've seen just a lack of partnerships. We want to see partnerships for Somerset, get them towards this total. 151 still needed. We're into the 8th over here at Taunton under clear blue skies. Smith in again to Bartlett, who plays that nicely timed out onto the leg side. Hasn't picked the gap, though. It'll be the fielder who comes around to play it in the mid-wicket area. Just the single added. Gloucestershire won't mind singles at all in this game, as the runs now exactly 150 needed. They've got 8 overs and 1 ball left in this Smith over. He's around the wicket to Smeed, who plays this one out into the leg side as well. And again, just a single. Gloucestershire will be very happy with that.
Yeah, see the formula, what Gloucestershire are doing. They're spearing the ball in very full towards leg stump. There's not much variation in pace. Not looking to bowl any slow deliveries. But spearing in the ball full, not letting the Gloucestershire players get underneath it. And when you've got over 200 on the board, that's a pretty effective way of doing things, that is for sure. But yeah, looking like Gloucestershire well in control of this one, but strange things do happen. Benny Howell's first over went for 16, and there was an unfortunate run out of Abel. A huge momentum swing in the game given the poorness of the Benny Howell over. So really disappointing to lose that wicket right at the very end there. But c'est la vie, such is life, such is cricket. Just a reminder, use the hashtag #StreamingStyle. Show us where you're watching from. We're going to pick some winners very soon to win that £150 or that 31,859 rupees as Smead drives one away on the onside. They're going to push hard for two. George Bartlett should look